Search Institute has given us a framework and a way of thinking about child and youth development that is absolutely unparalleled and indispensable.
Castle and I have been inspired by Search Institute's work and Peter Benson's work for decades. We especially appreciate the focus on children's strengths, their developmental assets, and measuring those things and mobilizing communities to promote positive outcomes in kids.
And I would say that the assets have had a huge impact on the way I've thought about things and the way we've done our work. Not just because he gave us language that was asset language, but because he gave us the basic research that showed that the more assets young people have, the better off they are.
Search Institute's work, led by Peter Benson, really changed my scholarly life by teaching me about a strengths-based perspective about youth development.
The impact of utilizing the Development Asset Profile tool in starting to measure what has previously seemed to be unmeasurable, which are those assets, protective factors in children's lives that enable them to thrive, is making a huge difference in both the understanding of our staff in terms of child development, positive youth development, but also empowering young people to begin to have information that they can utilize to change their communities and their lives for the good.
I think Peter Benson's most important legacy was the research that led to the definition of sparks. At Campfire,
one lasting impact the Search Institute has had on my life is helping me to find my spark. When I was 16, I attended a conference and was asked to define my spark. Back then, I thought my spark was dancing. It wasn't until I got to college, when I started using dance to teach others, that I realized how much of an impact I could have.
We at Interfaith Youth Corps have been deeply impacted by Search Institute's work. The whole notion of doing groundbreaking research, bringing together leading scholars and practitioners, plus the people impacted by the work in the field of youth development, has been huge for how Interfaith Youth Corps does its work.
I've always been so deeply impressed with not just what you work on, but how you work and how you live your lives. You are all live as strength-based people and are assets to one another, and I am so grateful for your inspiring presence in my life and blessings.
Peter Benson and the Search Institute have impacted my life in so many ways I can hardly count. One of the most significant was my going to the national conferences every year. I think I only missed one. And what we tried to do in Maine was replicate the spirit, the energy, the passion, the rigor of that conference back home in Maine. And so when Peter was coming to speak in 2005 at our Reasons for Hope conference, I wrote a tribute to him and to all of the asset builders in Maine and all of the staff of Search and the trainers and everyone who really makes a difference in the lives of kids. And I would like to share it with you now. It goes. You are the reason that hope can take root in the heart, because you know the reason the crocus can bloom in the cold, in the darkness.
In my 16 years of involvement with Search, you've become my tribe, the people who I look to for both support, encouragement, but also in profound change in the way that I've worked with young people, and I believe many around the world have. Seeing young people as assets to their community who can provide leadership for the future.
I see Search Institute going on to continue as the leading organization in youth development in the country, developing new paradigms like the paradigm of assets that are used by school districts and park districts and youth development organizations everywhere. We at Interfaith Youth Corps are certainly going to look to you as a core partner in our work, and I think that the nation and the world continues to need a Search Institute to be on the vanguard, raising the flag for positive youth development and also building the foundation for it.
Asset language that we really want to see Search leverage the assets. It's a critical time when we're all concerned about young people and we're concerned about them being successful, and Search needs to stay at the forefront of making sure that parents and educators and policymakers understand that success, that young people being ready for college, work, and life in our language is more than just academics. It's really about building all of those assets.
My hope for the Search Institute going forward is to continue to build on that work as it is doing with family strength work that it's been doing, and really connect the dots, connecting child and youth development, family development, and community, so that we really can take a holistic way of thinking about kids, families in their environment.
My hope for Search Institute is that the inspiration and intellectual leadership that Peter provided will stay with you as you move forward and continue your important mission in the years ahead.
My hope for Search Institute is that all of you at Search will help us out in the field in juvenile justice, education, community organizations, keep our hope alive.
So when I think about what I hope Peter's enduring legacy is, and what I wish for the future of the Search Institute, is that it remains the leader in research and idea incubator for the youth development field, that it does even more to partner and collaborate with youth development organizations, because at Campfire we know that together we can light the fire within all youth.